What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Anime Tofu, where tonight we are drinking anime until we can't stand anymore. And then we're going to tell you which anime hits the hardest. I am your host, Virgil, aka Methodical One, aka the Seasoning God, Big Bruh, that'll play in today. Sitting here with my fellow host, Justin Longbeard. How you doing, Brody?
Hey, what's up, man? Looking forward to talking about Bartender. And friends, don't forget, drink responsibly and tip recklessly.
I like it. My guy down here, Danny Bojangles, Mr. Robert. How you doing, Brody?
Bro, I'm doing good. I do both of those things that Justin mentioned there. Except I drink recklessly as well as tip recklessly. Let's go. Nah, it's just a joke, kids. I don't drink. Hey, what up?
Videos say that may or may not be true. I do have videos.
Oh no!
Oh god, this has gone in the wrong direction. I'm happy to be here for another episode of Anime Tofu, baby.
With that being said, we are going to take a bite, or rather, this episode we're taking a sip of a tofu drink, and we're going to tell you if it's worth chugging the bottle. Actually, let's not chug the bottle. If the bottle is worth drinking, or do we sit it on the shelf? Here's looking at you, Jägermeister. Here's looking at you.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. With that being said, though, today's episode comes with a warning. This is the first time that we've had a warning. Today's episode's a little bit more adult-oriented than standard episodes. Our content today, we are going to be talking about drinks. We are talking about bartending. That's pretty much the extent of it. But even still, we are talking alcohol. And, for our younger viewers, that's kind of something that we just want to put a warning out on. So, with that being said, beware. It's still going to be family friendly for the most part. It's just our topic may not be the most friendliest of the families. But if your family's over, hey, man, drink up, whatever. With that being said, let's get started, fellas. Let's get started. We're going to get started right off the bat with the question of the day. Oh, boy. And I might actually have some insight to both of you guys because, we've been friends for a long time. Mm-hmm. Question of the day. What's your favorite bar drink? Let's start out with Danny Bojangles. What you got? What's your favorite?
All right, dude. So my favorite bar drink, if it's not just like a, go-to IPA, if I'm going like a cocktail, it's going to be the old fashioned. I don't drink a lot of cocktails, so if I do drink one, it's the old fashioned. That's my go-to in the clutch, dude.
Hey, bro. As a man from Kentucky, that's strong. It's very strong.
Yeah.
Mr. Longbeard, we also have a very long relationship. What you got for me? What you got? Speaking of the former, you at one point in time was bartender. So I was
bartender for 8 years of my life.
Right. So this is so what you got, bro? I'm really interested.
All right. So when I was, if I was going out at the time and it was just to, hey, we're going to go out and have a really, really good time, and I'm trying to do that on a budget, well, whiskey and Coke, baby. That was the go-to. Now, if I'm fancy, if I'm like, hey, I'm fancy and it's cocktail time, it's old fashioned or a Greyhound. You guys have had one of those.
What's a Greyhound?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I know. Hold on, bro. Educate me, my brother.
Well, I don't like grapefruit juice, but it is grapefruit juice mixed with vodka, and then you squeeze a little lime, keep the wedge in there. Now, when you get the grapefruit juice, mixed it with the vodka, something about those two things go together really, really well. So I'm a fan. Those are fancy. Those are my fancy beverages, though. That's I'm not trying to
refreshing. Like it actually really sounds like a refreshing summery type drink.
Yeah, bro. That's it.
I gotta try one of those. Since I'm answering, and and this is how I know we're friends and we've kind of gone through the motions because my favorite bar drink is an old fashioned, bro. Like if I'm not drinking a whiskey, a bourbon. I'm sorry, I'm from Kentucky, so I don't typically drink whiskey. I drink bourbon on the rocks. And if it's not a bourbon, it's gonna be an old fashioned. It's just who I am. I don't really like fruity drinks. Um, it's just not my thing. It just isn't. Except though, one margarita, two margarita though. If they
Oh,
we at the Mexican restaurant, bro, we might have to get down with the frozen margarita.
what
I ain't
about
gonna keep
Applebee's,
going.
man? What
Yeah,
about
Huh?
that'd be
Applebee's? What about the Dollaritas? I
hey,
mean,
dude, that was
Well, we're
hey
gonna keep going.
tumbleweed. Hey, tumbleweed, dude. Tumbleweed had the 99-cent margarita Mondays, bro.
Hey, bro, I don't know what kind of tequila that they was using, but it was not USDA approved. That's what I'm gonna tell you right now. So I
just to
ain't even
drop the
worried about
baby.
that. I ain't
Not much
nah, I'm
on
cool on
either.
that, dog. Like I ain't like I said, like maybe when I started, but as I've gotten older, man, I actually drink for the taste of things and I just don't be drinking to get sloshed anymore.
Absolutely.
So which I never was, but nah, that's cool. And we out here with the gentleman drinks. At least y'all didn't say nothing like Jägermeister, bro, or some Goldschlager, bro. I
Oh,
probably would have signed out if y'all told me that was one of y'all favorite drinks. It's like, bro, I can't hang with y'all
Absolutely
what
no more.
about
not.
Rumple Mints, bro? Rumple Mints. Remember that, dude? Like drinking mouthwash.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Hey, dude.
oh,
Special shout out to the Irish car bomb. What up?
Hey, what up?
oh. Oh,
Oh,
the story about that boy.
Guys, we
That
don't live
is
like we once did. We
no,
don't
we
live like
nah,
don't.
we once
bro.
did.
But that when he brought that drink back, the whole night came flooding back of what happened, bro. That is one of the greatest before anime tofu nights that we have ever had together because it was hilarious. It was ugly, but it was hilarious. Now when we look back from, all right, man. Let's so today's this whole ordeal brings us to today's sip. And today's sip is going to be an anime by the name of Bartender Glass of God.
Hmm.
What a subtitle.
And
What a
it's
subtitle.
strong. It's strong. All right, so today's drink, or I guess it ain't even a drink. We just having a shot today. Taking a shot of Bartender Glass of God. So Bartender is about a quaint and quiet bar hidden away in the streets of Tokyo. A bartender named Ryu offers drinks that all have their own story. The drinks poured here are a glimmer of hope and clarity for the troubled, burdened souls that enter the establishment of Eden Hall. We are here to meet the souls and hear their troubles. It's
Hmm.
pretty much what it is. So, giving you a little info, it is a current anime, 2024. It's 12 episodes, believe still airing weekly. It is dubbed for most of the episodes and sub. There are some of the further episodes that are not quite dubbed yet, so you just have to wait. This is our first slice of life anime
Hmm.
here on Anime Tofu, and it's a drama. And there's some comedy, but not necessarily. Maybe it's comedy to us because we find some things funny that maybe some people wouldn't understand, but it's hilarious to us. The only streaming service that's available on is Crunchyroll. So there you have it. Let's move into the questions. With this, how was the first sip, Justin?
Yeah, so just a fun fact here. I really do like slice of life anime quite a bit. Huge fan of it. It's probably one of my favorite genres of it. Uh, my first sip of this is I'm very, very into this. This whole vibe fits this exactly the type of stuff I'm into. And like I said, being a dude who bartended for 8 years, hits even closer to home. So it's like this felt like it was just one of those things made for me, man. I was a fan.
Okay. Daddy Bojangles, what you got?
Oh, dude, if it's been mentioned before on this show, I do love the slice of life genre, and I really like this. I watch a lot of competition cooking shows like Master Chef, Next Level Chef, Tournament of Champions. So, like when this episode opened, I didn't know what to expect, but you get like a tryout of all these bartenders trying to land this job at this prestigious hotel bar. So I was invested from the jump right there. And I love that there was like some random viral bartender with his own cheerleader out there trying to snap selfies while making drinks. Like, I love that stuff, dude. Yeah, I was into it from the jump.
The only thing he said the whole entire show, because I had like two scenes with him, was
Yeah.
"sup."
Yeah.
As he's holding the bottles, like, yeah, yeah,
Well, it's funny because it's a play on. There's always when we watch shows like this in real time, not necessarily anime. There's always a bartender like that. Like it's always like the kind of the cream of the crop that all the ladies like, and there's always one of those. I blame
yeah,
Cocktails by Tom Cruise. I blame him. Uh, yeah, maybe younger me would have passed this off, and I do like a good slice of life anime, but dude, let me tell you when I bought in, when we were watching the opening and they were showing the liquor bottles and they was real names, bro.
Oh
They was
yeah.
real bottles out there. I was like, huh? I was like, wait a minute. Like that, I thought we was gonna get like some made up, but bro, it was real Maker's Mark and Elijah Craig. I was like, bro, I think this anime gonna hit a little different. And it is fun. Like it's just enjoyable. And it's something that we ain't got to worry about somebody's head getting exploded or giant kaijus. It was just a fun watch, and I'll tell you what, it actually gives me Food Ward vibes.
mm,
Yeah.
With him being obviously older, because everybody in here is 21, so that makes it just, I don't know, man. Maybe it hits home because we are older. So I
yeah,
really dug it. I am not
yeah.
gonna lie. Okay. Question number two: how do y'all think this series is gonna work for a slice of life? So, and what I mean by that, because we only watched the one episode, do we think that it's one continue? Is there one continual story, or do we think that it's going to be a little bit more broken down on a basis by basis, uh, told per character? Since we are meeting all these people, I guess since we started with you, Mr. Jenkins, let's start with Mr. Longbeard first.
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't really done any research on this anime at all, outside of I just turned it on and watched the first episode. I have a feeling just from meeting this character and then seeing the two girls that came in and trying to recruit him for this other thing. I don't know. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he'll stay with what he's doing because what it's like kind of an exclusive deal and they're not open all the time, kind of thing. I
Right.
think we'll see like maybe, and I'm just again, this is just a prediction thing, but I'm assuming, or at least thinking, that what we'll see is two different stories kind of running parallel, where they'll continue to try to recruit him, and maybe we'll still get some of those little uh, storyline things for the hotel portion of this, and then there'll be him meeting people in this bar when they open it up. That's what I'm thinking anyway, and maybe we'll just kind of get to see him continue to make drinks that, like he made that perfect drink for her just based on a button on her jacket and her watch being on her wrist in a different way and stuff, and maybe see him do more of those kind of things. I thought that was cool.
It was. Danny Bojangles, what you got?
Yeah, dude. So like I'm gonna go the opposite of Justin. I do think Ryu is gonna end up the bartender of the new spot. I do like how they went. I can see now that Justin's laid it out like he's got his own thing. It's exclusive. It kind of gave me like a speakeasy vibe. I've always wanted to
Yeah.
just stumble on a hidden bar. Like you don't know it's there. You just walk in like, oh, there's a bar here. That's cool. Like that's what that gave me. So I could see him staying with that, but initially I'm like, okay, he's going to end up at the bartender at this new spot. And each episode's going to be like a new customer. We learn about this customer, like if they have their issues that they want to talk to the bartender or the celebration that they're bringing to have this party at the bar. And he's going to cater to that as well. And then maybe like a little bit of romance sprinkled in with Miwa, the girl who taught him how to use the smartphone, just because it is slice of life. So that's kind of, I thought like maybe if you watch it all continuously, there's like little threads, but it strikes me as something you can just watch episode one and then go watch episode six. And it's a bartender. You have your customer for the day, what's going on in their life. He makes them a drink that fixes them, and then you move on.
Hmm.
Okay. Man, y'all gave two strong points, and I don't really know where to go outside of that. I'm gonna go. So, what I believe is it's going to be structured very similar to. Um, I'm gonna say Ghost in the Shell. So, Ghost in the Shell is structured where they have standard episodes which follow a story, but then they have it's called standalone complex because then they have standalone episodes, which are just standalone, self-contained episodes that have that deal with the overall story, but not really. Like it's just an episode you can watch. It doesn't have any, it doesn't anything that happened prior. It's not really going to matter. I almost feel like this anime would play out that way because it would make sense. So not every episode's going to deal with anything that has to do with the hotel ordeal, and then sometimes it's just based on the characters that we meet. Um, we did meet quite a few characters, and I think those are our only main characters that we get in the episodes. I think our main character, the focus is the bartender and the two girls and the owner of the hotel. Outside of that, I think it rotates. We get a
Mhm.
new customer, which tells us a new story, and I just think that's the way it's going to be, and I'm fine with that, man. Like it's a slice of life. I wouldn't care in this instinct. To be honest, I wouldn't care if there wasn't an overall story, bro. He could just be telling individual stories as a bartender,
Yeah.
and I'm cool with it.
True.
I would still watch it. Because it's just such an interesting concept. And to be honest, I don't ever remember. We've seen animes play basketball, play volleyball. We've seen food animes. Has there been a band anime? I'm sure there's one probably out there somewhere where they're trying to make music or something. But bartending anime is something that we ain't never seen before, and I'm here for it. So,
Yeah.
all right, my last question. Which I already know the answer to this, especially to Daddy Bojangles, because Daddy Bojangles, see what y'all don't understand about Daddy Bojangles is that this man is one proper anime away from owning a full body pillow. Like y'all don't even understand how close it is to this man to own a body pillow. I don't think his wife would like it, but he don't care, bro. He still needs that body pillow. The question is this the weirdest slice of life that y'all ever watched, man? Like, and I don't mean weird as like weird because anime can hit that button, but I mean, is it just weird for a slice of life? What you got, Daddy Bo?
I don't think it is, honestly. I think it's just like slice of life is basically kind of like cozy TV shows. You're just watching like a cozy show where it's a
Mhm.
bartender. Like, I didn't think anything was weird about this. I've seen some weird animes in my time. What up, Neon Genesis? But this is not weird at all. This is just like just your typical like drama TV show, and it's set in a bar. Man, it's the anime Cheers.
Ooh, that's nice. I mean, maybe not so with the Evangelion catching the stray, but you know,
And the fact that Cheers is like an absolute hole in the wall dive bar, and
That's
this
right.
is clearly a classier establishment.
Classy Cheers.
A classy cheer. Okay, that's fair. I mean, for me, I wouldn't say it's the weirdest one I've watched. Yeah, I feel like it was very comfy, and it's one of those like, I like to watch an episode of anime before I go to bed, just kind of get me relaxed before I guess I go to sleep. This is the perfect anime for that. If you're just trying to wind down, that's a good anime for that. It's yeah, but the setting and stuff like that, it was a hit. It was a home run for me. It felt very, much like a slice of life anime, and I've seen some really odd slice of life animes before too. And so, yeah, I feel like this is felt good. I didn't feel like it was weird. It was definitely something different than I've experienced before. But yeah, felt good. I liked it.
uh, goodness, man, for slice of life. Um, the last big slice of life anime that I watched was 16 bits something. I'd have to remember. No, High Score Girl, which was a phenomenal anime. If you ever get the chance to watch, Slice of Life is based in the 90s, talking about like the fighting game culture and
Mm.
video game culture in Japan in like the late 80s, early 90s. Um, I watched some weird stuff. Perfect Blue, Perfect Blue. If y'all have ever seen that, I don't think it's weird. I actually, and I mean Food Wars. And for those who've seen Food Wars, the Food Wars is very normal until they get to the portion of eating the food, and then
Yeah.
jiggle
Yeah.
physics all over the place, and just the yeah. I don't even think it's that. So as far as being weird, it isn't.
Sure.
I think maybe the topic so much is weird because I don't, when it comes to alcohol and it comes to Japanese culture, that's not two things that I ever really deeply associate with each other. Even though as a bourbon slash whiskey guy, I know like Santori, and I've had Santori. Santori is phenomenal whiskey. and their whiskey scene is growing very, very quickly. But I just never hear anybody talk about it. So,
Yeah, I
they're
guess the weirdest thing about this episode is they're looking for someone who can make the glass of God. And they're like, well, what is that drink? What's it entail? I'm like, you'll know when you taste it. It's like, what? Hold
Yeah.
on a minute. That's probably the weirdest thing. It's like, okay, sure, the glass of God. You're trying to make a drink that no one knows what it is until they sip it.
so for content purposes, we're gonna walk into a bar and ask some guys, three different bars, and we're gonna be like, "Can you make me the glass of God?" And let's see how we get cussed out. 'Cause I know what's going on. Hey man, you're already drunk. I'm not serving you because that's what I see, bro. I can't just be going into a bar and be like, "You got the glass of God." That's not.
Or they're gonna tell me to pull up the TikTok so they can see the recipe that I got it from. You know?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Exactly.
Yep,
Yep.
that's it. That's it.
Pretty much.
Well, now that we've talked about that, I guess it is time for the seasoning of the tofu. Mr. Longbeard, what you got for us, my brother?
All right, all right. Every single episode of this that we always do, our standard episode, is we like to season tofu, which means we're going to throw in some questions. Everybody has 1 minute, around a minute anyway, to answer that question. So, first one I'll throw up here is a bartender someone who tends a bar or someone who is tender at the bar? Robert.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thanks to this
Oh.
anime, I now know that bartender is a gentle perch, a perch upon which to rest. And tender means gentle and kind. Thanks, bartender. He's a gentle perch for you to rest your weary soul. That is taken straight from the anime, man. They
Yeah.
went too deep with it. A bartender, he's a mixologist, dude. You're gonna order the drink, he's gonna make it. We ain't get. It's not that deep.
Virtual. What you got?
But it is an anime, so it is definitely that deep. And to be honest, for my friends who are bartenders, they kind of do everything. Like, man, bartenders sometimes they not only do they tend the bar, they're therapists. They
Mm.
give uh they give you information. Sometimes they give you recommendations, and sometimes they play uh I almost said Tinder because they do play Tinder at times. I mean, jack of all trades, bro. So I guess it's somebody who's Tinder at the bar.
Wow. So if you were a bartender, would you be tender to your client?
I mean, sometimes you have to be,
No, I'm pleading the
so
fifth in this
sometimes.
question. I'm not answering that question if I'm Tinder at the bar, bro. I'm not answering that question.
You we weren't going to ask this question this week, but since Robert said he's finally watched an intro of an anime that we have done, and it looks like he's throwing it up for us to exactly. So, Robert, you mentioned it earlier about the bartender competition deal, as it was to get the gig as the hotel lead bartender thing. And so we saw them. He asked them to make their specialty drink. So here's this next question: if someone asks you to make your specialty beverage, are you asking if they have eaten? We saw the guy go, "Hey, I'm going to make you a, what was it, a martini?" And he
Yep.
said, "Well, are you going to ask me if I've eaten?" And then made the dude sweat. Was that a fair question? Or was the dude right to argue the fact that he said, "You didn't ask me to do that. You asked me for my specialty"?
Put me on the spot, dude. Honestly, it depends on the day for me, bro. Like, what kind of day have I had? If it's been a bad day and some dude comes up, hey, man, I assume you're an adult. You're in a bar. You can handle your own business. You know what's good for you and what's not good for you. Now, if you have like 4 martinis, like in 20 minutes, I might cut you off. But if you order one, I'm not going to look at you right at the jump and be like, man, what'd you eat today? I'm just going to assume you can handle your
I
stuff.
think I think what I'm asking is was it fair of the bartender especial dude to ask this dude, make him sweat in that
Yes,
question?
it was fair because he's trying to get
Robert,
a
let's just
job
be
at
a
a
tougher.
it's a upscale environment. They want to be a certain kind of establishment. They want a reputation. They like, hey, we care about our clients. And one of the
Sure.
things in customer service, little things like that. Have you eaten? This drink has this much alcohol in it. Sure, you're an adult and you know what's good for you, but I'm going that extra mile for you because I care about you as a customer. So yeah, it was fair for the type of job that they're applying for.
Virgil?
Uh, so I agree with that. The bartender should have asked, but I disagree with the part where Robert was like, "You're an adult. You should know better." No, they don't. I'm not. No, they don't. That's the
That's
whole
true.
thing. Like he said, it's a high end establishment. So what he doesn't want is somebody to be a complete drunkard and being completely just drunk and acting stupid. So I mean that's how you avoid a lot of confrontation. And not only that, like it shows that you really care about the people in your bar by asking a question like, "Hey, this is a really alcohol forward drink. So have you ate? So you can have something to balance this out, so you won't feel the type of way." And especially with her being a woman, that's a safety issue. So it makes your bar feel just a tad bit safer. That brings us back to that Cheers comment that you was like a upscale classy Cheers. That brings us back to that comment, and that's what they're trying to create.
Yeah. All right. All right. We have one last question. I'm gonna skip the glass of God question. We kind of touch base. None of us know what that is, and
Yeah.
we feel like we get punched in the tooth if we ask a bartender to make that for us. So, last question. Any hot takes or final thoughts? Virgil, we'll kick it off with you.
Uh Somewhere, and if this show doesn't do it, they are losing out. There absolutely 100% has to be some kind of like competition of drink creation, bro. Like it
Yeah.
has to be. There is no way that the show gets through without it. And if they did, they dropped the dime, bro. Because if it happens, the way he be making his drinks and how pretty they make it look, bro, it we need that. If we don't get that, bro, y'all drop the bomb on this anime. I don't care what y'all say.
All right, Robert.
All right, dude, I got 60 seconds. I'm going to use every one of them. Here we go. First off, the glass of God, God glass, the drink he made the highball for the girl, right? She saw God, bro. She took a sip and she was in heaven. And I was like, okay, I get the meaning of the episode now. Weird, sure, but I get it. Now, moving on. My brother said that there was two jobs that should tell no lies in this show: doctors and bartenders, and then used an analogy to compare alcohol to medicine. It felt like the slogan for an AA dude who fell off the wagon. I get the sentiment, dude. But if, if alcohol is a type of medicine for you guys, seek help. But real talk, second favorite anime I've watched since we started doing this show behind Kaiju number 8.
All right.
Oh my god!
That's strong, bro.
Oh
That's
god!
strong. That's
He
strong.
said they took the. They said he said they took the man's chip away, dog. Like he fell off the wagon. Oh my gosh! No, I didn't expect that.
Dude,
Ooh, that take
you went
was hot,
heavy.
bro.
You went
That was
yeah,
a hot take.
that was like, it was sizzling, bro. We're scorching over here from that take. Listen, dude.
I'm in tears, dog.
Here,
I'm in
I'm gonna
tears.
make a prediction right now that our boy Ryu is gonna be this dude. He's a bartender, and the sup guy is gonna challenge him to a flair competition of some sort. And they're gonna be like, "I don't think Ryu does flair," and somehow he's gonna be an amazing flair bartender as well. That's my prediction.
Ooh, ooh,
That's a good
that's a strong prediction, dog. Like I like it.
That's a
That's an
good
episode.
that's a good episode. That's a good prediction because that Yakari girl who was fangirling over that
Oh yeah,
flashy bartender
she also
when
thought
Ryu
Ryu
was
was
yeah, he was
yeah.
making her drink. She's like, there's something about the way he moves his fingers.
She felt the
Oh,
same way watching him as the other girl did drinking her highball. Both of them went to heaven
oh.
for a second.
Hey, but you know what? The difference between this show and Food Wars, bro, they still kept their clothes on, bro. And Food Wars, bro, it was all out. You just out here just butt naked, bro.
This is
Like,
not
wow,
this is an upscale food wars.
Yeah, there you go.
man.
But I'm with you, Robert. I'm with you. It's one of my favorites that we've watched so far too. I like it.
Who would have figured a small slice of life, bro? Like, and we've at this point we're on episode 6, so we've done 6, and this is the strongest one next to Kaiju number 8, bro. Like, I did all the characters were enjoyable. The art style in the show is fantastic. I don't know who animates it, but it looks great. I almost feel like it's the same people that do Food Wars because I noticed a lot of the camera turns look very similar to the stuff that they were doing in Food Wars. So I'm kind of maybe I'll deep dive into it. Rating. I see you put the tofu rating up. Rating wise, woo! I'm gonna give this a strong 87, bro.
Woo, man, that's crazy.
Strong 87.
Yeah, dude, that was the number I was actually thinking that close to that. I'm at 89 with this one.
Okay, okay.
Very good
Alrighty.
start.
I'm gonna go 91.
Oh,
I'm gonna go 91. I almost went higher, but then I figured I would put it higher than Kaiju number 8, so I don't want to do that. But definitely 91. This is one without question I'm gonna finish.
Oh yeah, 100%.
facts.
That
Facts.
gives
What we
us a
got, dude?
tofu rating of 89 on an average.
89. That's our second, that's the second strongest. Man, we're gonna have to get a running total of
Did you say that
animes.
tofu rating number of 89?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get a list up, bro. So we're gonna bring out that list of what we ranked first episodes of animes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish. So the general consensus after the 89 is that we're all gonna finish this.
Yeah, dude,
I
for sure. I'm gonna watch this once I get caught up on the other slice of life I'm watching right now. I can only do one at a time. But when I finish that one, this is gonna go into that queue for me.
All right, bet. So anime tofuers. That's the first time I've said it in this episode. I'm sorry.
can't
It's
forget
always
about
nice to have tofuers back. We are probably gonna. This is gonna be a thing. We'll finish the episode. We'll finish the seasons, and then we'll come back
it. Yeah.
and we'll have a conversation about this and
Heck yeah.
see which one of our predictions actually worked out, or if none of our predictions worked out. So since we're gonna watch it, that's gonna be in the future. All right, now we done cleaned it up. We done seasoned the tofu. We gave it a score of 89, man. With the 89, that is a sip. That is a sip of this tofu drink that you definitely need to take, which means we got served with the glass of God, buddy. And we out here. The bartender's doing his job, my guys. He's doing his job. But before the bartender finishes up, I see something. I see something at the bar. It looks like there's a little flame. Is that a flaming mo? Nah, it ain't a flaming mo. You know what that is? That's the sizzling tofu from my guy, Daddy Bojangles. What you got for us, homie?
Uh, every week on Anime Tofu, we're going to bring you one piece of interesting or anime adjacent news. And this week, it is going to be in honor of Akira Toriyama. Still, what up? Rest in peace, up high. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has a release date. Once I fix this, my bad, dude.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Dragon Ball Sparking Z has announced its release date for October 11th of this year, 3 days early if you pre-order the deluxe edition, so you can get it on October 8th. For those unaware, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is the continuation of the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series, so this will be the fourth in that entry. I didn't play Budokai Tenkaichi. I think I bounced off it then, so I'm actually excited to jump in. There's a lot of hype around this
Uh,
game.
Wait, this would make it the fifth thing because Tenkaichi would have been the fourth.
Oh, word. There you go. I mean, it looks good. We have it up on the screen here. It looks gorgeous. It actually looks better than Kakarot, which is something I never thought I'd say for an anime game. And there's
Um,
rumors out in the world that for whatever reason, one of the voice actors has leaked that this game's going to have Dragon Ball GT coverage. So I
Oh.
guess my man Akira goes in the grave and y'all tarnish him. You put
nah, they said
Wow.
everything, every movie. So it's every character from every movie. It's all major characters from GT. I believe it's all major characters from even standard Dragon Ball. So I
oh
think
wow.
I think it's covering everything. And then they said I believe there's some characters we ain't never seen before.
So
We just
this
saw
isn't
Kamikaze Ghost Attack, bro.
Hey, bro, hardcore. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a Dragon Ball Fighter Z, like you're playing Street Fighter Dragon Ball Z. This is more like casual friendly stuff.
So if man, dude, what's wild because the last Tenkaichi was what the PlayStation 2. The latest was like the Wii days. It showed up on the Wii, and I think that was the last time that we ever saw like Tenkaichi or this type of Dragon Ball game. If you remember, it's very paper rock scissorish.
Okay.
Mm.
It's still for the casual. I mean, they're not. I would be like they're not going to have tournaments over it, but bro, they have tournaments over Smash Brothers, so it's possible.
But you're going to be able to pull out cool moves without having to know how to do like quarter circles and
Nah,
crash.
nah, nah. It was never that way. It was more in these games, because I played a lot of these games. It was more combo oriented, and every character pretty much doing moves wise was the exact same way, but it was just they all handled different. They all fought like the way that they fought, but everything was pretty much pulled off the exact same way.
Oh,
I saw
dude.
a review on
Yeah,
this
this
game, but they said it was just like playing. Like they were like, they said it didn't make a lot of sense to say, but this show or this game reminded them of if you were able to play in the show,
that's
which
dope.
I thought was kind of a cool compliment to what they've done with this. So I'm
Well,
excited for it.
the coolest thing about it, if you've ever played Dragon Ball games, is Dragon Ball is about transformation. So apparently, instead of one of the problems always back in the Budokai era was certain characters there were like four different Gokus. So Goku, you could get your standard Goku, but your standard Goku couldn't go Super Saiyan. You had to choose Super Saiyan Goku, who couldn't do the standard. He couldn't do the Kaioken's, and now they're saying that you choose a character and you can take Goku all the way up and turn them into Super Saiyan God, or you can turn them to Super Saiyan 4, or you can turn them into Gogeta or Gogeta or any of that stuff, which has never been done in a Dragon Ball Z game, which is wild. So I am looking forward, and we will definitely be playing this like before it comes out, because that was one of my favorite series back in the PlayStation 2 era days. Man, it was great.
Yeah, dude, I'll close this segment out on this. Look for the Anime Tofu Sparking Zero tournament that I am going to win. And remember, guys, Super Saiyan 4 does not exist.
First and foremost, you ain't winning nothing because we watch you play fighting games, buddy. You know what we refer to BJ as in fighting games? A cheek clapper, bro, because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get them cheeks clapped.
Cheap crap.
You're gonna
I
get them
thought,
cheeks
I
clapped
thought
up.
you were going to say something, family friendly, like
Nah,
exhibition
nah,
round,
bro.
like when
Nah,
you
we
need a
gonna we gonna
break.
call it what it is. We gonna tell the world what happens, bro. You get cheeks clapped
Uh,
up in fighting games, bro. He ain't about that life. He talks a big game, but get that free win and play Daddy Bojangles when it comes down to Twitch, bro. We'll be here
God, here we
for
are.
it. We'll be here
I'm
for
looking
it.
forward to October. I got to pre-order
We'll be
now
here
for
for it.
freaking
We'll be here
October.
for it. Oh man, that's hilarious. So, I look at that. We're telling Tofu or something that they don't even know yet that we're gonna have a a Twitch stream in the channel soon enough. So we'll keep y'all posted on that. That is gonna happen. Uh, Gentlemen, that brings us to the close again of another wonderful, wonderful episode. Man, this was a random. We always tell y'all this was random, but it's nice when we pick random animes and it just happens to be
Mm.
something as good and enjoyable as this, man. This is a fun thing. Like I like doing this, so hopefully you tofuers agree and y'all like watching the craziness of us watching one episode of an anime. And we got tons and tons to go with. Eventually, we're gonna start diving into the older stuff, and it's probably going to get a lot weirder, but join us on it. It's going to get weird, but
We're all
join
on
us
this
on
journey
the whole
together.
whatchamacallit. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So as we're 6 episodes in, I want to thank my co-host, because you all do a fantastic job. Y'all keeping up. We're watching a whole lot of anime, and I know sometimes this is a bit much considering that you watch normal animes on top of watching what we're watching. So it gets a bit much, and I just want to say I appreciate you all. I appreciate the effort, and I'm sure the tofuers out there appreciate it as well. So just want to say thank you all for
Hey, we're
being, the co-host.
glad to be here, bro. Glad to be a
Heck
part
yeah,
of it,
dude.
man. Grateful for all y'all.
It's reawakened my love for watching random animes because I would just stick to whatever like shonen's out in the world, like oh Demon Slayer, this looks cool. Oh Bleach, something like that. But
Yeah.
this has definitely broadened my horizons
It
already.
has, and to be honest, man, it really feels like we're hitting another golden age of anime. It feels like things are a lot different because I feel like for a long time, because of shonen, No, I'm not saying any shouts or any negative things to Shonen, but I felt like it got really, really stale and everything was just carbon copies of the same thing, told a different way.
Yeah.
Uh, and I feel like we're getting to there's a lot more differences. Like we've done six completely different animes at this point, bro. Like they're, and they've been weird. Some of them have been good, some of them haven't, but I'm
Some
here
been
for
real weird. Re Monster, what up?
it. Man.
Re Monster,
Man.
brutal. That was
So
weird.
hopefully you tofuers are enjoying what we're bringing to the table. Let us know, man. Let us know in the Discord what is the weirdest slice of life anime that you watch, and if not the weirdest, what is your favorite? And let
Yeah.
us know if we should watch it and we should do a review over it. We want it. We want the interaction. Let us know.
Yeah.
We'll take the smoke. Let's take the smoke. Let's take the smoke. Now, don't get it too weird, because if it's too weird, we might watch it, but we ain't doing no reviews on it. Like, we don't want it to get too crazy, but just let us know.
Heck
Brings
yeah.
us to a close, man. Final words. And final words, I have learned now that we are 6 episodes in, I'm going straight to Daddy Bojangles because I already know what Mr. Longbeard's going to do, because it's at this point, it ain't surprising. So, Mr. Bojangles, what are your final words, sir?
Dude, my final words are check this show out. Legitimately, like I was surprised, blown away. I'm looking forward to watching more to see if it keeps up with the one episode hype. I hope I'm not wrong in my rating of 91.
Hey, that's
Good,
good.
good stuff, good stuff.
All
Woo, let us all catch our breath. Mr. Longbeard, what you got?
right, so I had something else, but over the course of this episode, we learned something today. We learned that our boy Virgil is tender at the bar.
That's true. We did learn that.
That's right. That's
He's the gentle
that's gonna.
perch that you need in your life.
That's right, Virgil. You're our gentle perch. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some in my head, the moment that you said my name and Tinder at the bar, I just hear shot, 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 and I'm just because I'm taking the shot, not like because I'm taking an actual drink. I just feel like I'm taking the shots. And Lil John was saying my name, and I might have to splice that in there. Okay, that's where we at, Justin, today. Woo wee, boy! I tell you, that's hilarious. All right, I'll take it. Well, uh. my final word is at the end of the day, the bar is cool and all, but be safe. If you're out there, and bourbon will always be the best glassed out there. Argue with your granny.
Argue with
And
your granny.
for all you drinkers out there, I'm sorry. I mean, tequila's cool. Vodka, not so much. Gin ain't never been cool. But bourbon is always your friend, buddy, and it is fantastic. And anybody who says otherwise, and don't come at me, black people, with that Hennessy stuff. I don't want to hear that. You don't do that. You don't do that. Put the glass back down, buddy. It's garbage. It's straight garbage. We don't. No, not
Man,
without question.
we've hated on Hennessy 6
Nah,
episodes
bro.
in.
We've been off it. We've been off it. Black people, stop it. Stop it.
Oh,
To my hood folk, put the bottle down, bro. Don't grab that Elijah Craig. It's cheaper and it tastes better. Stop lying to yourself. This is a personal moment for methodical one. Just and they might come. Hennessy might come for me, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm from Kentucky, so we are bourbon folk here. We don't mess with the Hennessy. So
But Hennessy, if you want to sponsor the show, we'll change our mind real quick.
nah, no, we
100%.
won't. No, we
I'll
won't.
pull up.
No, we won't. No,
Virgil's
we
no
won't.
sellout, bro. He's
Nah, I'm cool on that. Ciroc, y'all can pull up. Maker's Mark, y'all can pull up. The other can pull up, but Hennessy, nah, bro. I'm not. I can't do it to my folk no more. To all my hood folk, no sir. Say no to the bottle. That's all I'm saying. Pick you up an IPA, bro. Time to change it. Time to change your ways. Change your ways, because I care. With that being said,
We have a really heartfelt moment for methodical.
we're gonna end this episode, man, by saying that thank you, Tofuers, for watching us on another episode, and we will catch you again next week when our anime is going to be. Yeah, we'll catch y'all next week. That's it.
See ya.
Bye.